guys, Mike B. Rolling here. Getting unloaded here, my last load of the week, and was just reading my comment section. Had two good questions, so in the time it takes him to unload me, I'm gonna try to crank out two quick videos. First question was, can I do a video about the trucks I like, my all-time favorite trucks? I've owned several trucks. I have not owned every brand. I don't know anything about Mack, so I can't speak, good or ill about Mack. I can tell you that Mack has an ironclad history of the old R model, one stack Mack with a window in the back. They were workhorse iron machines, man. They were good trucks. These new trucks, I don't know anything about them. International, I've driven them back in the 9400s. Well, my very first truck was a 1987. What was that? A 83. It was a flat top International conventional. I can't think of the model number of it, but that some bitch didn't have a single airbag on it except for under the driver's seat. It was spring ride suspension, solid bolt cab, and when you had a trailer on, it wasn't too bad. Wasn't that noticeable? I didn't think, until you bobtailed. Man, you might as well put a football mouth guard in and hang on, man. You bite your tongue off. rough son of a gun. But great truck, solid, man, solid truck. Had a B model cat 3406, great truck. See, then I bought a Freightliner, the 132/64 XL, which is the classic, the 07 and older Freightliner classics. Great trucks. Not a bad thing to say about them, other than a lot of wind comes in that driver's door. And I learned a lesson to stop that a long time ago. It's right around that pin where the door latches, that 6-inch stretch, 6 or 8-inch stretch, that's where all the wind comes in. So if you take brown paper towel, like in a bathroom that you would get out of a hand, the brown hand towel, the nice, not too thick but not too thin, fold that up about 4 or 5 times. It's almost the perfect length. Wedge it in that crack while you're rolling down the road. Just wedge it right around that door pin, center it, and it stops 90% of that wind. That was an old trick, man. Had an old timer teach me that one. I still have to do it with my Kenworth. In the winter, I get really cold air up by that door latch pin. And I do the same thing, man. I'll take napkins or whatever I can get, fold them up, stuff them up in there, cuts that wind right off. Somebody said there was a couple of holes on the door panel. You could pull the door apart and tape these certain holes up, and I ain't got that kind of gumption or go get them, man. Give me a cheap, easy redneck fix, and that's me all day, baby. But no, International's a great truck. These newer Internationals, like that, I can't think of the model name of it. It's got the funky looking hood. It's cool looking truck. It's, kind of an owner operator special. I've heard those had a lot of electrical problems. I would say any 9400 International, older truck, 9400 International with a N14 Select, or even the first gen, all the way up to 07, the first gen ISX. I'd buy those trucks. Wouldn't break a sweat. Wouldn't worry about it. Great trucks, solid trucks, light trucks, very lightweight. Freightliner, great trucks. International, great trucks. Peterbilt, I mean, come on. It's Peterbilt, man. My favorite truck of all time was my 2002 379 Peterbilt. Absolutely love that truck. I kicked myself in the ass when I traded that truck in on a Freightliner Columbia Condo, of all things. I kicked myself in the ass for trading that truck in. I absolutely loved everything about that truck. It rode good. It was low to the ground. I could have 2 handfuls of stuff and go right up the steps and sit in the seat and never grab a handle. I mean, it was just, they were built nice. These Kenworths are the same thing, but they're tall. You got to climb up in a Kenworth. I got to have a hand on a handrail to get up in my Kenworth. Unless I'm doing some weird acrobatic trick, I might be able to get up in there with no hands, but I'm leaning against shit. But Kenworth makes us, PACCAR, they make Kenworth and Peterbilt. They make a solid truck, man. Great trucks. I have no complaints with this truck, other than it's really tall. So you get into a hard corner, it just, when you first get them, they lean different because they're taller. It's a fulcrum point. You sit higher on a fulcrum point in the corners, it feels like you're leaning more, but you get used to that real quick. And let's see what else. I had an old triaxle dump truck years and years ago that was a Ford L9000, but it didn't give me too much problems. But Sterling bought Ford, and a lot of their parts, they wouldn't cross-reference their parts. They were dealer specific, and they wouldn't give you any part numbers, so you could go find those parts anywhere else. I sold that truck after about 6 months, and I'd had enough of that. I'll big truck. I got a Ford F-150 pickup, love it. But as far as commercial trucks, I'd never touch another Ford or Sterling. Volvo, I've driven them myself. I don't care for them that much. They're very spacious, very comfortable. They don't ride too terribly bad. You know, especially if you get an older one with a N14 or a Cat, or you find, you know, up to an 07. Yes, I'm old school, man. I don't like these new trucks. They're all junk. Every single one of them's junk. Anything from 2008 is getting bad, up to 2010 or 11 is bad, just because it's got DPF and a regen. But 2011 and 12, when they went mandatory DPF and DEF, everything from there up is absolute junk. Well, the trucks are fine. The electronics on the engine are shit. They're going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars every year to try to keep those electronics running. I wouldn't have one. Would not own one. But I like my older trucks, man. They're more reliable, and yeah, you're going to turn a wrench on them every now and then. You're going to be fixing stuff here and fixing stuff there. But you can get a good cheap 9400 International, or a even a Freightliner Classic, but like an old Columbia or an old Century. You know, hell, an old P379 is going to cost you 15 grand more than anything else. And a W9, same thing. It's going to cost you, even though it's a 97 or 98, it's still going to cost you 10 or 15 grand more than any other truck out there. But you can get if you're looking to get started cheap, get you an old Volvo, Freightliner, International, something like that. An old one now, I'm talking, you know, 2007 and back. They're all solid from 2007 and down. Anything up from 2007, don't want it. Don't want no part of it. Yeah, my all-time favorite truck, 379 Pete, man. It's a comfortable truck. You just feel like a badass driving those trucks. I'm sorry, but you do. They're great trucks. When the beast is ready to be retired, I'm thinking real seriously about going and buying an old 99, 98, something like that, old 379, and just fix her up little by little, you know, put it on the road, make it roadworthy right out of the gate. But then, you know, replace the grill and the bumper, and then, you know, got a little slowdown coming, take her to the shop and have her painted, you know, just little by little, piece by piece. A lot of guys do it that way. But yeah, quick video. That's my favorite trucks of all time. Hope that helps, and I'll probably upload this tonight or maybe even tomorrow. I don't know. I may have time to do it yet tonight. But, I got just about enough time to crank out another quick video, so gotta go. See ya.